Welcome. My name is Travis Modison. I'm a real estate agent located in Southern Oregon, and I help people buy and sell homes of all types and sizes here in Oregon. Today, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Grants Pass, Oregon. If you're anything like me, you like to start with the bad news. So, I'm going to start with the cons today. There are a few cons. Of course, this list is not comprehensive. You could argue that there are many different things that could be added to this list, but here's my con list. Grants Pass just doesn't have much nightlife. If nightlife is important to you and you need to have things to do after 8 p.m., well, Grants Pass may not be the right place for you. Grants Pass does have a variety of restaurants, adult establishments with bars downtown and on the river and great restaurants. There's not a lot of nightlife. That was true before COVID, and it's become even more apparent after COVID. Grants Pass has one performing arts center located at the high school. They also have a theater downtown that does bring in national acts, but still hasn't yet fully recovered from the close down of the pandemic. In addition, Grants Pass doesn't have a professional sports team of any variety. There is, however, a new sports betting venue opening at the Grants Pass Downs in the fall of 2021 called the Flying Lark, which promises to bring a little bit more nightlife to Grants Pass, but that's just about it. So if nightlife is for you, Grants Pass may not be the right place. The next con I want to talk about today is smoke season. So, smoke season was something that was relatively new to me about a decade ago when I moved to Grants Pass. Smoke season is that time of the year when the wildfires, not only in the Rogue Valley, but around Oregon and the West Coast, produce a lot of smoke. And that smoke finds its way into Grants Pass. Smoke season can be very difficult on your health. It can also be very difficult on your mental health. So if staying inside for a week or 2 weeks at a time is really hard for you, you may want to avoid living in Grants Pass. However, it's not that bad if you just get an N95 mask. You put that N95 mask on, you can go outside. There are times where you will look up at the air quality index and you'll find that Grants Pass air quality is in the 400s. That means it's hazardous, extremely dangerous to be out in for an extended period of time. You also might notice that at times, Grants Pass will have some of the worst air quality in the world. If the smoke is hard for you or you've got some upper respiratory issues, Grants Pass may not be a great place for you to live. The next con about living in Grants Pass I'd like to talk about is the drug problem. Since the late 1990s and early 2000s, meth has been a challenge for the residents of Josephine County. In recent times, the additional challenge has been the illegal marijuana grows in Josephine County. Josephine County is permitted and it is legal to grow plants or to have a legal operation. However, in Josephine and Jackson County, it is very common to see illegal marijuana grows. And with that comes a number of challenges. One of them is the odor. During harvest season, it's very hard to go out in Grants Pass or anywhere in the Rogue Valley and not smell marijuana. If the smell bothers you or you're not planning on getting into the marijuana industry, that may be a reason enough for you not to live in Grants Pass. Josephine County Sheriff does have an illegal marijuana task force, and they're working hard to eliminate the illegal marijuana grows within the county. It's going to take some time, so this is something for you to consider in moving or living in Grants Pass, Oregon. The last con for living in Grants Pass I'd like to talk about today is the high cost of rent. So in recent times, the challenge has been supply. It's a basic economic principle, supply and demand. In the housing industry, it's certainly been an impact, but the rental industry has been hit even harder. With recent fires throughout the Rogue Valley, it has put pressure on the market. So what that means is prices have consistently gone up over the last several years due to a lower supply, which means increased competition for renters and increased prices in the end. The average rent in Grants Pass has now exceeded, in most cases, the average cost of a mortgage, making it very hard for renters to find a new place here in Grants Pass. So if renting is something that you'll need to be doing, you may want to consider before living in Grants Pass, Oregon. Now the pros. Grants Pass is a beautiful area with beautiful mountain views, an idyllic river that flows through downtown. Grants Pass is an incredibly beautiful place. If you are a creative type, you can find places to go and walk and hike in the mountains at any time, as well as to just enjoy with your loved ones. Grants Pass offers a lot of beauty and a lot of variety as well. Just above town in the winter season, you can experience a beautiful layer of fog, and when you get above that layer, it's like a beautiful bowl of milky, soupy fog. It's just incredible. Grants Pass really is a beautiful place to live. While the cost of renting in Grants Pass is really high, the overall cost of living in Grants Pass is actually below the national average. The national index averages out at 100, which means that the average cost per unit is 100 to live nationally. Grants Pass comes in just below that at 98. How, you might ask, with the rental prices being so high? Well, utilities, groceries, other areas of the consumer price index are much lower in Grants Pass than they are in other parts of the valley. By comparison, Jacksonville is 137 on this scale. Ashland is 134. Medford is 107. The only area in Southern Oregon that has a lower cost of living than Grants Pass is White City. So, by comparison, in Jackson and Josephine counties, Grants Pass is actually a decently affordable place to live. Another pro to living in Grants Pass is there is world-class whitewater rafting right down the street. Wild and Scenic Rivers Act of 1968 was signed into law by President Johnson and created 8 rivers that were federally protected from development. The Rogue is one of those. There's a beautiful whitewater section that it also includes a hike that goes in tandem with this section. You'll find Class 4 rapids all the way from Blossom Bar to Mule Creek Canyon, as well as Rainy Falls. And year-round, whitewater adventurers tackle this challenge. In the summertime, it's a great place to go when it's hot. When we say world-class, we mean world-class. People come from all over the world to experience the wild and scenic area of the Rogue River, and the bounty and the wildlife is second to none. There's a beautiful ranch, there are cabins, you can stay at lodges along your trip. The options are endless. And be sure to pack bear spray, because on the wild and scenic Lower Rogue, you will see bears. The last pro I want to talk about today about living in Grants Pass are the magnificent parks. Grants Pass has many parks around the area that you can enjoy any time of the year. One of the largest and most well-known parks is Riverside Park. Riverside Park is right downtown between 6th and 7th Street and features a playground area, a big, beautiful grassy lawn area, as well as enough ducks and geese for all the kids. In addition, Grants Pass hosts concerts in the park at the summer at Riverside Park on Tuesday nights, which features some of the best acts from within the region. Another great park in the area is Morrison Park, which has a water park feature for the kids, 2 baseball fields, and great playground area. Morrison Park is a favorite any time of the year as well, but especially in the summertime. Redwood Park, out on Redwood Avenue, has a fabulous playground area with lots of room for the kids to learn how to ride bikes. This is in fact where my kids learned how to ride bikes. There's a paved walkway that surrounds the grassy area, and it's a wonderful place for them to go and run. You can see the kids throughout the park, and it's a great place to spend the day. I especially recommend this park in the fall and the winter when it's not too hot out. When it's hot, this park gets really hot. Additionally, there's Griffin Park, there's Indian Mary Park. There's a wonderful variety of parks for anyone in Grants Pass, including disc golf and a variety of outdoor activities. Anything that you want to do is here in Grants Pass. The parks are magnificent. Thank you for watching. Of course, the best way to possibly know and understand the area that you're looking at is to go visit it. So if you'd like to come see some homes at Grants Pass, you're always welcome. Grants Pass is a great place to come and visit. And this list, of course, is just my list. You come up with your own list of pros and cons of living in Grants Pass. Please click like and subscribe down below to stay tuned to our channel as we bring you more of all the things to consider in the Rogue Valley, Southern Oregon.